Hello, everyone. In today's session, we're going to expand our professional vocabulary in Mandarin. Being able to talk about what people do for a living, it's absolutely fundamental to any real conversation. So we're going to do a deep dive into 4 really key terms. Let's get right into it. So think about it. What do you do? It's often one of the first questions we ask someone new, right? Whether you're in a business meeting in Shanghai or just making a new friend in Taipei. Our goal today is to give you the building blocks to have that conversation and to have it with confidence. We're going to focus on 4 professions that you're very likely to come across. And here's the key. By the end of this, you won't just be memorizing sounds. We're going to break down how these words are actually built so you can understand the logic. That's how you really start to learn the language. Let's begin. First up is a word you will absolutely use, especially if you're traveling or living in a Chinese-speaking city. I'm talking about the driver. This is one of the most practical words you can have in your back pocket. Okay, the word is 司机, and it's pronounced CG. Let's really listen to those tones. It's a first tone, followed by another first tone. So that's that high, flat sound. Think of it like you're singing a single, steady note. C, G. There's no dip, no rise, just nice and level. Let's try it together. 司机. Getting those tones right is crucial. Now, let's take a look at the characters themselves, because this is where the language gets really cool. See that second character, G? G? This character is often associated with machines. So when you put them together, you can think of a CG as a machine operator. It's a fantastic little trick to help you remember the meaning. All right, let's move on to our second profession. We're going to shift gears a little bit into a more formal or professional context. We're going to learn the word for lawyer. So in Mandarin, a lawyer is 律师, pronounced 律师. Now you have to pay really close attention to the tones here because they're different. The first syllable, 律, is a fourth tone. That's that sharp falling sound, 律. Then the second syllable, 师, is the first tone we just practiced, high and flat. So it's a drop, then flat. Listen, 律师. Let's try it slowly. 律师. And again, let's analyze the characters. That second character, 师, is when you should really lock into your memory. It means teacher or master, and you'll see it at the end of many words for skilled professions. So 律师 is literally a master of the law. Once you recognize that pattern with 师, you can start to decode all sorts of other job titles. It's a real game changer. Okay, number 3. We're going to stay in that business and finance world with a very common job, the accountant. This is another term that's incredibly useful in any professional environment. This one is 会计, or 会计. Now, I'm going to warn you, this one can be a little tricky for students because it's 2 fourth tones, one right after the other. That means 2 sharp falling sounds. You really have to give each one a little bit of punch. Listen closely. 会计. Now, let's try it at a more natural speed. 会计. Let's dig into the characters. The first one, 会, quite, can mean to gather or to assemble. And the second character, 计, means to calculate. So, what does an accountant do? They gather and calculate. See? The logic is built right into the word itself. Let's say it one more time and really feel those 2 falling tones. 会计. And that brings us to our final profession for today. This is a super common, really versatile term that you are going to hear all the time. It's the word for business person. Okay, this is 商人, pronounced 商人. So what tones do we have here? We have a first tone followed by a rising second tone. So the first part is high and flat, 商, and then the second part, 人, goes up, almost like they're asking a question. 人? Put it together, 商人. Let's do that one more time, 商人. The characters for this one are beautifully direct. 商, relates to commerce or business, and run, well, that just means person. So a 商人 is quite literally a business person. It doesn't get much more logical than that, does it? Let's say it one last time. 商人. All right, great work. We've just broken down 4 key professions, and for each one, we've looked not just at the pronunciation, but at the tones and the logic behind the characters. Now, let's put them all side by side for a quick review. Having them all here on one screen is a really good way to compare. Let's run through the pronunciations one last time. The driver, 司机, 2 first tones. The lawyer, 律师, a fourth tone and a first tone. The accountant, 会计,
2 fourth tones, and the business person, 商人, a first tone and a second tone. The real takeaway here is to just keep practicing these different tone combinations until they feel completely natural.
So there you have it. You have successfully added 4 essential practical professions to your Mandarin vocabulary. That's a really solid step forward. And that brings us to a final thought as you continue your studies. Which profession will you look up and learn how to say next? Keep that curiosity going and keep building your vocabulary. Thanks for joining this explainer.